that Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on me.
Meek Mill and P. Diddy did what? Every day there is a main story on the internet, and the goal is to never be it. Unfortunately, for P. Diddy and Meek Mill, they are the main character today.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love it.
Nicki Minaj just dropped some explosive claims about Diddy and Meek Mill, and it's making waves. She's accusing them of actions that could seriously impact their reputations if what she's saying holds true. It looks like Nicki has had enough and is ready to expose what's been happening behind the scenes. This might spark major drama in the music industry. Before diving into her claims, let's take a quick look at the backstory. Nicki and Meek used to be one of hip-hop's most talked about couples. Meanwhile, Diddy has been a major force in rap for years, collaborating with top artists. But now, things seem ready to get complicated.
Orlando Brown said Diddy's not going to jail. He said,
I can understand why he would say that.
Yeah. Can you break that down a little bit more? Why you think he said that?
Well, considering that the is selling his own god evidence that would put him in jail against him on the dark net to the highest bidder. Why would he sell evidence of his debauchery and savagery? Why would he sell on the dark net his tapes of all just terrible? Wanna know why? Because he doesn't intend to stand trial.
Is he protecting people, or are people protecting him?
Oh no, he's selling it because he needs the cash. The last freak off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas, and he just sold that footage.
How come you think it doesn't get leaked to the public?
The dark net?
Yeah, like...
Because of the dark coin. Most people don't even know that the dark coin exists. But that's how they're trading for all of the flesh they sell. Which is why I became so outraged last year when the twins turned 16 and he had them dressed like prostitutes, and then he auctioned them off as NFTs because the NFT that he sold them to was attached to that dark fucking coin. It was like a promissory note to sell his daughters to the highest bidder.
You see movies like Hostel. Do places like that really exist?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do the things that go on in places like that exist?
Absolutely.
Shit. It's funny because...
there are 3 women I know right now in my life. They've been in my life for 6 years. I've been caring for them for 3 years.
Nicki, Meek, and Diddy's relationships have been rocky for a while now. Tension has been building, especially between Nicki and Meek since their split, with rumors swirling about lingering bad blood. Then, there was that memorable club incident a few years back. Reports say Meek and Diddy got into a serious argument over music rights. People have speculated ever since, but up until now, the real story has remained under wraps.
Them off of Epstein Island. I cannot say where they are in the world. What I can say is when they got into the boat, they were roughed.
Wow.
Want to know how they ended up on Epstein Island?
Yes.
Please.
They auditioned to be models for music videos.
Oh, casting couch.
When they got to Miami, they had to show and turn over their ID, and they collected their passports, and then they drugged them. And then the next thing you know, they were in a storage container getting fucked by a bunch of weird strangers on camera who were bidding for all of the terrible things that were happening to them live online.
Wow.
After they made it through that, that's when they were sent to Rick Ross's music videos, shoots, as groupies and extras to make sure that they could walk around in society without looking like victims. And then after that, that's when they were shipped off to Epstein Island to be broken in and to be readied for Dubai and Moscow. When they got into the boat and I looked at them, they didn't have to tell me shit. And neither one of them, none of them, they didn't speak for weeks. But when you spend time with strangers and they finally feel safe enough to go to sleep and then they start talking in their sleep and you hear the shit that they yell.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because as you sit here and we talk about hostile and
These 3 girls that I'm telling you about were in videos that are being played online today. And they appeared in those videos after they had already been sodomized, systematically beaten, starved. But they were smiling in those videos, though.
Now that silence is over, Nicki has kept her peace for a long time, but it seems something has finally pushed her to speak out with these startling revelations. Maybe she's tired of watching Diddy and Meek act as if nothing happened, or perhaps there's still more to this story than we know. Either way, it looks like the drama is about to spill over.
Yeah, it's crazy because, you sit here and, we got your story before where you actually said you seen what a saw does to human flesh, like having a saw. I mean, we got Terrence Gangsta in the building too as well, and he literally said he's seen the same thing, what he's seen a saw, what it does to human flesh. And I'm like, I don't know what it does to a person's mind or psyche when they see that in person.
It changes you.
Like,
it changes you. There is a place inside of me where I have the ability to either see a human body as a human being or just pieces.
Now, Jack, you said Justin Bieber, and I have to ask you because there's a picture circulating online where they show
He's the new Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, they show him crying.
He's the new Tevin Campbell.
You're almost giving him a gateway to speak his truth of what happened.
I wish Tevin Campbell would speak to him or for him. Because the same thing that they did to him, they're doing to Bieber right now. And I have evidence. That poor kid. And all because he got discovered by Usher. And then Usher took him right over there to the diddler. And let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll. So let me ask you this, because you did the domino effect with Rook, and you said something in which you mentioned that you've seen the devil. you've seen him.
Yeah.
From your experiences, have you seen him enact his ways within a human being where you've seen the devil in a person come out?
Absolutely. And I've seen him in real time.
What?
When you're being raped, if you're brave enough to look into your rapist's eyes, I promise you'll see nothing. Nothing. There is no human there. It's almost like they're in a trance. You can talk to rapists and they'll tell you.
Whatever her reasons, Nicki has decided she's done with silence. She's laying it all out there, not holding anything back. Judging by her words, these revelations could shake things up for Diddy, Meek, and herself. Now everyone's asking, what exactly did Nicki reveal? What secrets does she have that pushed her to finally speak up? This is about to set the streets on fire.
In that moment, there is a space where they lost their self. They don't even remember. It's possession of the flesh. To watch a person give up utter control of themselves and allow that energy to come in. I stared at a man raping me, choking me, and I saw nothing. And that's when I knew this isn't a person anymore. Which is why the idea of picking that knife up and slitting his fucking throat didn't bother me at all. That wasn't a person anymore. There wasn't a person in there. You want to know what's really fucked up?
Sure.
Can you imagine if every artist that's ever been goddamn violated decided to settle their own score? How many dead bodies would we be cleaning up?
So that takes me to when you speak on Aaliyah. People really was honed in when you spoke on Dame Dash, Aaliyah, and you're speaking on something where you're saying, I wish that situation will be investigated further.
No, to be investigated. Period. It was never investigated. Hype was never questioned. Lenny Kravitz made a statement, and it was never publicized. She was unconscious. She didn't choose to get on that plane. There were phone calls made. There are witnesses who signed NDAs. Why would you need to sign a non-disclosure agreement?
Whatever her reasons, Nicki has decided she's done with silence. She's laying it all out there, not holding anything back. Judging by her words, these revelations could shake things up for Diddy, Meek, and herself. Now everyone's asking, what exactly did Nicki reveal? What secrets does she have that pushed her to finally speak up? This is about to set the streets on fire.
Crash. And what happened leading up to it? Please, someone answer that.
Do you feel like the night?
Why the fuck would you need to sign? A nigga don't ask about a plane crash if it was accidental.
Do you feel like
Riddle me that. Riddle me that. Work with me here in this moment.
and I'm gonna ask you.
A plane crash should be accidental.
Should be.
Why would any testimony about what happened leading up to it need to be covered under a non-disclosure agreement if there wasn't foul play?
Now, mind you, September 11th happened a week later. 9/11 happened a week later. Do you think that took away from it?
Once again, there are people who did short sales on their stocks right after that, made a lot of fucking money, including Sean Carter. Now I'm going to ask you, why would non-disclosure agreements need to be signed for an accident?
Hey.
There were over 25 non-disclosure agreements cashed out and recorded regarding the death of that beautiful girl and every other human being that died on that plane with her. What the fuck? What would you need a nigga don't ask for that? And Diddy had Hype Williams the balls. Belly was a money pit.
Without question.
And Jay-Z got 10 free videos out of Williams. And Hype didn't work for free.
Nicki claims that Diddy has been running a criminal operation hidden in plain sight. According to her, he's been using his Bad Boy record label as a front for money laundering and drug trafficking. Even more shocking, she says Meek has been involved, helping to move drugs and keep things under wraps. Nicki adds that while she was with Meek, she overheard them discussing these illegal activities multiple times.
Meek Mills. Well, he said a Philly rapper. You understand? And it was redacted in the paperwork to that because first of all, it had Meek Mills, it had Stevie J, they had redacted their names, and they had Usher, and they redacted their names and just said a performer of the Super Bowl and a Philly rapper. Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, my man, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood shit. This Hollywood shit, whereas that he's dressing like, he dressing the same shit. He dressing like Diddy? Hugged up with Diddy? I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down. When they both get up, they both homos. And that's real talk, bruh. My man, you go to a party, dog, and the nigga got the same shirt you got on, I'm taking my shirt off. I'm walking around in a t-shirt. And then, not to blow Meek Mills up out the water or anything like that, it was said that they checked his Google search and all the other shit. And he was searching for some online gay porn and all that other shit like that.
Oh, wow.
That shit is crazy, bro. But listen, those are what, you know, it's crazy that money, that lifestyle, and you trying to fit into something get you. These guys never set out to do all this shit. Meek Mills, when he got into the game, he didn't set out to be questioning about his manhood with Diddy. But he put himself in that position.
But there's more. Nicki alleges that Diddy has been ordering hits on rivals with a whole team of enforcers to handle his dirty work, and that Meek has been managing these problems for him. It sounds like something right out of a mafia movie. And you're probably wondering, where's the proof? Nicki says she has plenty. She claims to have recordings of incriminating conversations, text messages, and even financial records that track the money flow. According to Nicki, she's ready to hand over everything to the authorities and expose the entire operation.
Victim came forward, accusing Diddy of giving her lace weed and forcing her to give him fellatio. You heard anything about this? What you think about it?
What I think about the new lawsuit against him is that it's going to be a lot of people coming forward against him. Women, men, because there's men that said that he tried to make them give him a fellatio. That woman said he tried to make her get her fellatio. I think she was a Sean John model. You know what I'm saying? So my thing of it is this, brother. When he has proven that he's a liar, he has proven that he's willing to hide the truth and he can't be trusted, and his word his word is nothing no more. Anything that somebody says against him is going to be considered the truth, bro. Anybody could come out and say that he did this and he did that. Whether wrong, right, or indifferent. Anybody could say that now. Because he lied to the public for so long with this Cassie stuff.
When she say that Diddy gave her lace weed, do you believe that? You being around Diddy at one point, is that, something that he'll do?
When I knew Puff, he didn't smoke weed. And then I'm looking at the dates and the times. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was 2003. And I was still with Bad Boy in 2003. And I ain't heard nothing about that.
Yeah, I mean, she also claims that Diddy blackballed her.
Well, they do that all the time, bro. Did you hear his own vice president or A&R or whatever tell the whole making of a band? If y'all leave, if y'all don't do what he tell y'all to do, y'all never work in the music industry again. And I think that one or two of them maybe became battle rappers. But they never made a song again. They got power like that, bro.
Yeah, I remember that episode too. And you right, man. I mean, after that show, they didn't do anything, man. So, yeah, as I think about it, yeah, you right about that, man. So Diddy, he be blackballing people.
Yeah. He told Craig Mack, if you don't get rid of your manager, this is Craig Mack with his own independent manager. He said, if you don't get rid of your manager, you ain't gonna, I ain't gonna never fuck with you again. And you will never work in the music industry. But what Suge Knight was gonna do, Craig Mack was gonna be the #1 artist on Death Row East. He was gonna be their first artist. So he was gonna take that and flip them.
Wow. So he be blackballing people, because I always heard that rumor, but I never knew if it was true or not. So
they do it to everybody, bro. If you don't go their way, if you don't do what they tell you to do and how they want it done, They're going to blackball you.
If Nicki's claims hold up, Diddy and Meek could be in serious legal jeopardy. We're talking about potential ratio charges, which could lead to heavy prison time. An investigation could bring their whole empire crashing down. And the feds don't play around when it comes to this kind of case.
He was still following her every move, man. But yeah, man, I can't believe it, man. I'm still in disbelief by that video, man. Yeah, it ain't looking good for Diddy, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it might be over, man.
You can stick a fork in him. He's done. No Diddy. But you can stick a fork in him. He's done. There's no way that he could ever come back from this. He has to find a way to pay his penances with God. Do some charity work for domestic. I'm helping him out. You understand? Get rid of all these elusive preachers and everything, these TD Jakes and all that other bull crap. Get down with that down home religion. Go and support some women groups from domestic violence. Support and do some charity work for women in battered shelters. Go and spend your life and your time helping men like yourself. Once you take care of your business and get on your knees and beg for Ms. Wallace's forgiveness for putting the Notorious Big in that situation that he lost his life. That's a start.
What you think about Diddy drug mule taking a plea deal?
Well, what I believe and what I think, he wasn't just a drug mule, he was a plant. He's a CI. That's a confidential informant. He already had a case prior to him getting that case with Diddy and them. He probably already had a handler, somebody that he was just trying to work it out. And that's what he did.
You think he told him any information about Diddy?
Yeah, he got to. They're not going to give you a deal for nothing because you got caught with the drugs, because you say they was for Diddy and them. You got to give us something.
And you think they're using all that information to indict Diddy?
Oh, no doubt. They taking their time, bro. They working on this and they taking their time.
How you feel about the people that feel like, at this point, Diddy, his name is tarnished to the point that, his own kids, they can't benefit from his name?
I think because because Diddy built this whole aura that he was about family, his kids, and he was trying to make them great. He was trying to put them in certain positions and stuff like that. I believe that it's gonna hurt Justin. King Kong is out the window. It's gonna hurt him crazy. Quincy, maybe. It's gonna, people gonna look at them and say, yo, listen here. If we have them on movies, if we have them on this, what the mass public is going to say. What is the public at large is going to say about this? So a lot of people is not going to want to even be involved in that because they don't want other people and to be involved in it. You get what I'm saying? No, listen to me. He done so much dirt to people and they kids. Why should people give his kids a chance?
Nicki's revelations have everyone talking. People are buzzing, wondering if there's any truth behind her claims. Now, all eyes are on Diddy and Meek. How will they respond to these accusations? Will they come out with their own evidence or brush it off as nonsense? And if the feds decide to get involved, what kind of fallout will they face? The reaction to Nicki's bombshell has been swift. Diddy and Meek's teams have quickly